to the commission because it involves protection of human rights.
Sri Suresh
This is what I
Prabhu.
conclude.
Suresh.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sir, the Human Rights Amendment Bill, which in fact emanates from the recommendations of former Chief Justice of India, Justice Ahmadi Committee report. So my just general point is that whenever you are framing a legislation based on a recommendation of a report, so it is really required the same report should be circulated to all the members of parliament when we are considering that bill, for us to understand which of the recommendations have been incorporated and which are not. And if they are not recommended, these recommendations are not incorporated, what are the reasons for that? So I think generally I would request the Secretariat in future whenever you are framing a law based on recommendation of a committee, because it is specifically mentioned mentioned in also the object that you are making this law on the recommendations of Justice Ahmadi Committee, so it would be appropriate that you could have circulated it. I am sure the Minister will be able to tell us which recommendations have been accepted and which are not been accepted and the reasons for that. Sir, generally, human rights are very important because human beings together as a part of a society to protect their interests, to protect their rights, create a state. And it is expected that the state will treat all the human beings equally and will not cause any injustice to them. But as we have seen over a period of time, the strong arm of the state causes so much of human right violation. That's why we actually need a human right protection law to protect citizens from the atrocities of the state. And that's why the laws are required. And therefore, in fact, so human rights, treating a fellow human being, giving him the same treatment that we feel should be given to us, like Mahatma Gandhi himself had said that you treat others in a manner that you expect yourself to be treated by him, has been part of our ethos and culture. But over a period of time, like the Minister has been responding to the Parliament on time and again, that increasing incidents of atrocities of some individuals causing damage to the states and the fellow citizens is a form of terrorism also needs to be taken into account, and I'm sure the law will be able to capture the new growing phenomena which is emerging and will be able to deal with that as effectively as we expect the state to treat with the citizens. At the same time, we must ensure that no group of citizens will be able to take the other citizens for a ride and also cause damage to the state. So that's a challenge that I'm sure you'll be able to deal with it. Sir, I will come to specifically some of the provisions of this bill. Clause 16 talks about the salaries to be paid at par, more or less, with that of the State Human Rights Commission should get the salaries at par with the Central Human Rights Commission. Now suppose if you make a provision like this, then some states may not have the capacity. So probably to make sure that what your intention is good, noble, that they all should get a similar salary so that they will have some independence. If that is what you really want to attain, then I think it should be provided from the central pool, because it's not going to cost much. By doing that, we will not be burdening the state to pay such salaries as will be required. So second point is the High Court judges are to be appointed on the State Human Rights Commission. So my suggestion here is that if you are appointing a normally we follow a system whereby Chief Justice of a High Court in a particular state is normally not from his home state. A Gujarat citizen will be appointed as a High Court judge probably in Karnataka or in Tamil Nadu. I think therefore we should follow a system that High Court judges to be appointed as the chairman of Human Rights Commission should be appointed in a manner that they should not be from the home state, to ensure that they will be able to exercise better control over the state governments whose authority they are going to finally examine.
Bill में ऐसा ही है जो आपका
is on the selection committee. So there is a point which is mentioned for the first time. There are 3 members, as Mr. Radhakrishnan was pointing out, who are going to constitute the selection committee. It says that absence of one member should not vitiate the proceeding of selection. The point is probably because all the three members may not come together. But sir, basically, it vitiates the spirit of creating these three persons. A leader of opposition, the Prime Minister and others. Why are the three people selected? To ensure that there is no partisan attitude. So suppose, for some reason, one person is not present, that means the proceeding may not be vitiated, but it will vitiate the spirit of the law. And therefore, I would urge the Minister that while it is important that probably you are putting a condition that for some reason one of the three is not present, it should not vitiate it, but you must make sure that you must make all the precautions to make sure that all are present, because otherwise it will vitiate the spirit of the law and it will get really defeated. Sir, the other point is about visiting of the jails. The Central Commission has to visit certain jails. It is specifically mentioned now that it can be done without intimation to the state government. So I can appreciate that point, because otherwise the states who have committed certain crimes against the individual may not allow the Central Commission to come in, and therefore this provision is required. But I would at the same time make sure that there should be some enabling provision in the law which will make sure the state governments will cooperate. Otherwise you may not intimate to them, you might land up there and you will not be able to see them. So unless you have such enabling provision, without intimation you can go. But having gone there, how does the Central Commission will be able to visit and inspect the jail? That is what the intention. So therefore, that provision also should be properly made.
अब आप समाप्त
And sir,
करें।
the last point, and I'm concluding. Sir, the action taken report on the recommendations of the Human Rights Commission should be filed before the Parliament. And I think there should be a specific time limit. Otherwise, it's a mockery. We are making one more law. And so the real last point I'm going to make is that, like in this bill it is stated, that Minorities Commission, the Commission of Scheduled Caste and Tribe, the Women's Commission chairman will be ex-officio member. We recently passed a law against the domestic violence, because that's a very peculiar case. And I welcome that act. In fact, I support such legislation. But I think if you want to really bring about a synergy of operation, then it is also important that the domestic violence related issues also should be dealt with by this commission. Thank you, sir.
श्री उवैसी